So this is a video on We Can Work It Out by the Beatles. We're starting out with D chord. And they use the D sus4 a lot. And so there's a few ways that you can work with this. You can use just these chopping down strums. If I were to do a little bit more with strumming, it's not going to be much, because just the way that the speed of the song and the way that it's really emphasis on that down strum, you can get away with that pretty much the whole song. And so we're dealing with D sus4, where I'm just throwing my pinky down on the 3rd fret of this high E, and then it comes right back off. It's just a minute thing, just kind of like following the vocal line. Trying to see it my way. Do I have to keep on talking? Then we go to C add 9. I like to use C add 9. It kind of keeps the same sort of voicing. You could go to C, so either one sounds good. I choose C add 9, where I've got both fingers in the bottom end of the fretboard, for just like when I did the D sus4. Or you can go to the full C. It'll be a little bit harder to switch to that in that kind of a progression, because it's kind of fast. The verse, like I said, you can use those chops and just single down strum chops through it. If I were to do it with a little bit of up strum in there, so there's not a whole lot in there. It's really just moments of these little sort of wind-ups as I'm happening to do it. It's very brief. So all in all, you can kind of play it out how you feel like you're most comfortable to do it. And when we progress into the verse, it gets into that little turnaround where they're going G to D. So it's G to D, then G. And you could go either directly to an A, but you could, if you wanted to be a little more specific, do an A sus4. Now I'm playing my A this way just because I'm used to it. It's easier for me. I've got fat fingers, so it's comfortable that way, but you could do it this way. And the sus4, a little harder for me to do with fat fingers with the 3 without accidentally muting something else. But sometimes I'll play it this way, and I make sure that I'm not blocking the high E when I'm doing it. And then I'll put my ring finger down, because it's easier to do that than it is to bring my middle down without muting a string. So that finger, whichever way that you choose to do it, you could do the 3 fingers in your A and put a pinky down, and the pinky would go on the 3rd fret of the B string. That's string number 2 coming from the bottom on the 3rd fret. You could do it the way that I tend to do it, with my ring finger. Some people even take that 3-fingered A and then just push the ring finger. I don't like that one as much, but everybody's different. Everybody's got a different hand situation. So when they're going from that we can work it out, we can work it out, they're doing this work it out, we can work it out. So notice when I do the, I'm playing my G with 4 fingers, and it's very convenient going to the A sus4, because my ring finger stays where it's at and my pointer finger comes back, and I'm automatically starting that A with a sus4. But if you don't want to use that sus4 at all, it's fine too. You can go work it out, work it out, and it works just fine. Now, basically that's majority of the song. The other parts are that, I don't know if you want to call it a chorus or a bridge, but we're in a B minor. Now there's 2 ways that you can approach this. The really simple way where you're just playing a B minor for most of that little bass walk down that's happening. It's like, is very short and there's no. Then you can go to a G. And you go to the F sharp. That's a major. If you wanted to get a little bit more technical about it, then this is a B minor. It is very short and there's no. So I just simply moved my pointer finger down just a little bit so that the bass in the chord becomes a B minor over, switch that around, A over the B minor. And then it switches to the G, which is a G major 7, which is a nice sort of relaxing, dreamy sort of a chord. And then from there, we're going to go to F sus4. And what I do here is, as you see it, usually you would go to F sus4 and make this shape here, but I'm going to do it this way, where my ring finger is on the D string 4th fret, my pinky is on the G string 4th fret, and my index finger is barring across the 2nd fret. But my middle is going to be on the G string, which is the 3rd string, on the 3rd fret, because it's going to be a placeholder. Instead of just lifting my pinky, I'm going to shift these two fingers, the pinky and the ring, over, sounds like Pinky in the Brain from Animaniacs. Anyway, so I'm going to move those two fingers up to the 5th and 4th strings, which are the A and the D. So now it's back into the F sharp. So when you put it all together, you get this. Life is very short and there's no time. My timing was off. And then after that, so let's rewind where I was off. If I take just the bass walk notes of that chorus slash bridge, we're gonna just use that to hear where the changes happen. So the life is very short and there. So when the vocal changes just a little bit, that's when you change to the A. There's no time for fussing and. Now this is where the walk down happens again, but a little bit quicker. It's just for fussing and fighting, my friend. So if I'm just going to cut it right to the chase, that is the quick and simple of what's going on in the song, where we're playing B minor, whether you choose to sit on the B minor and not do all of the bass walk stuff, and you just have to change to a G and then an F sharp, because you can do a G in place of a G major 7, it'll still sound fine. Same with the F sharp sus4 to an F sharp. You can bypass the sus4 and just play an F sharp, and that will work just fine too. Now I would do it in all bar chords just because it's easier than going from a bar chord to a G to an F sharp. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and if you want to practice it, you can check out my playlist that I have on either YouTube or Vimeo. Anything that doesn't fit onto YouTube due to the copyrights, they go to my Vimeo account. Hope you enjoy.